Emotions don't belong in business. We hear this all the time, and it is true. However, I have a message and a point I want to make about how being a woman in business, a lot of times this perspective is really draining to the spirit and very damaging. So I recently saw a video, an interview of Teal Swan, where she was talking about how there's certain feminine traits that can only become alive through the containment of a man. Triggering, right? But there's truth in this, and unfortunately, the way society has evolved, it's set up to a point now where there's not a lot of safe containment for women to just open up into their full feminine expression and let go of control and surrender to a man like we used to see in the olden days with more traditional marriages and traditional gender roles. And I found it really interesting because not only have I, and probably you, noticed this in society, that a lot of women are in very masculine roles, more dominating than in the past, more controlling, etc. But she mentioned in this interview something that really stood out to me, which is that in order to, as a woman, achieve this level of femininity, oftentimes today what you have to do is get creative and find ways to create your own lifestyle to support your own containment of being able to come alive in that femininity. And I was really elated to hear this because I feel strongly, it wasn't easy, but I feel strongly that that is the life I've created for myself. So let me explain. I am a businesswoman. I am single. I don't depend on a man financially for anything. And that can be stressful on my feminine spirit, that like, yes, all the pressure's on me. I have to perform. I have to provide for my clients, my employees, etc. But after over a decade of testing things, changing my offers, changing my schedule, making things very automated, very digital, very passive, I really do have a lifestyle in which I can mostly, not completely, like I do still have a schedule I have to abide by, but for the most part, I can flow and I can give myself flexibility to wake up and change my mind about what it is I actually want to do that day. And why is this so important? Going back to the original point of this video, emotions don't belong in business, because women, most women in their natural, most feminine state are ruled by their emotions. And that's okay. That's normal. We're on a month-long journey and cycle every month, shifting through these different emotions. Things come up. One day you might feel on top of the world, ready to go close deals, etc. You know, that more masculine energy. But one day you might not want to do that at all. And for me personally, as a woman in business, this flexibility I've created in my lifestyle has been a lifesaver, because I actually can, for the most part, make decisions based on my emotions. And so I hope that this video is helpful to any woman out there who is actually feeling badly about themselves, because as women in business today, and with the whole hustle culture and everything that we're learning, it's really frowned upon to make decisions based on emotions. Like, it's seen as a big no-no in business. And yes, of course, there's truth in that. Of course, many times when I'm doing sales, client work, management, etc., I have to put on that logical cap and really put my emotions aside just to get the job done. But I've done everything I can to make that a very small percentage of my work, so that, let's say, 80% of the other time, I can be in my feminine. I can wake up and flow. Hey, you know what? Today I feel like shooting a video. You know what? I'm in a really creative mood. I want to go do this. Or, you know, maybe I don't want to do anything today and I just want to grab a hula hoop and go skip around the park. Like, that is freedom to me as a woman, and that is not always going to blend well with this belief we've taught that you can't make decisions based on emotions. It's bullshit. I have set up my life so that I can make decisions based on my emotions, and that is nothing to be ashamed of. That is normal and natural for the majority of women. So to all the women out there who are running businesses or perhaps just working a high-stress job, I totally feel for you, and I hope that this resonates. I get it. If you are feeling pressure all the time to be in this like logical state where you have to shut down your emotions, and even maybe like feeling guilty about wanting to make some decisions based on how you feel, don't. It's who you naturally are. Society has grown away from this containment, as I mentioned before, where women largely used to be able to do more of that. And that's not wrong either. We're just in an evolution, and I think it's beautiful that women have risen up in the business world and can do a lot of the things now men can do. I certainly promote choices and freedom for all, but over my decade-long experience of being an entrepreneur, this is just what I've learned. I used to beat myself up a lot for not thinking like a man all the time, and I equated, my business success to I need to be more masculine, etc. I've actually found that I attract more clients and more people want to work with me when I create that 80% flexibility so that I can be in my emotions flow and make decisions based on how I feel. So if this video was helpful and you feel that more women out there in business or not in business need to hear this message, please like this post and subscribe to the channel for more.